I've been using the iPhone 15 Pro for a few months now. And in the beginning, I thought, what's the difference? I don't really see the big deal with this iPhone. Apple themselves didn't even define a big feature that I should be looking out for, like the dynamic island on the iPhone 14 Pro or the 120Hz Pro motion displays on the iPhone 13 Pro. I thought I overpaid for the latest iPhone, but then, after using the phone for a few weeks and then months, I started picking up on so many little things that were easy to miss and actually make this iPhone 15 Pro a bit more surprising than anticipated. The first thing you will notice after unboxing your brand new iPhone 15 Pro is the new port at the bottom of the phone. That's a USB Type-C port, along with the USB Type-C cable. Throw that lightning cable away, thanks to the EU. We now have a USB iPhone. This is really helpful for us who have other gadgets in their life that also use a USB Type-C cable, like computers, headphones, mouse, and even keyboards. One charger for everything. You can plug in a keyboard to your iPhone 15 Pro and type with it. You can plug in a monitor and mirror your screen up to 4K. It even supports USB 3.0 data speeds. Oh, one quick point. The USB Type-C cable Apple ships with your iPhone is meant for just charging and not data transfer, so it doesn't support USB 3.0. You can just grab a USB 3.0 cable from Amazon. Link in the description below. The next thing you will notice is the design or build of the new iPhone 15 Pro. It now features rounded edges instead of the previous sharp edges the iPhone 14 Pro had. And probably the biggest deal is that Apple is using titanium for the build, which is a big change from the steel Apple was previously using. The titanium is much lighter, more scratch resistant, and feels more solid in your hands, and overall has a more professional vibe. The titanium is complemented with the back glass, which is now a more subtle satin finish, and not the matte finish the older iPhone Pros have. Now for the display of the iPhone 15 Pro. It's exactly the same as the iPhone 14 Pro, at 6.1 inches, and even the resolution is the same. Exciting, right? Actually, they did make one big improvement, and that's the thinner bezel. This helped Apple make the iPhone 15 Pro slightly smaller, which is really nice because now it's easier to hold, just more comfortable, and without the bezel, the screen looks that much more impressive. Now, steel or titanium, thinner or thicker bezel. Crash tests of the iPhone 15 Pro prove it can be damaged and scratched up. I would recommend a rugged case to protect your brand new iPhone 15 Pro, especially with an OtterBox case. With a lifetime warranty, built to military standards, and thin enough to allow wireless charging, this case is a no-brainer. Now, the cameras on the iPhones are always a really big deal, and the camera updates to the iPhone 15 Pro live up to that expectation. This time around, there's lots going on in terms of hardware and software for the cameras. The iPhone 15 Pro has a bigger 48 megapixel main camera with an improved ultra-wide with a closer-up micro capability. Now, for the software side of things, most modern cameras have 48 megapixel cameras but provide 12 megapixel shots. With the new iPhone 15 Pro, you are getting 24 megapixel shots by default thanks to this new software pipeline by Apple. It takes a 48 megapixel full sensor shot and a 12 megapixel full sensor shot, and then the software takes both of these images and spits out a hybrid 24 megapixel shot. You can get amazing shots without even using portrait mode. Autofocus is really fast, especially when there's a face in the shot. The bigger sensor shows its benefit at night with longer handheld captures. Apple has always done wonders with their camera, and it definitely stepped up the game with the iPhone 15 Pro. And how about the inside of the iPhone 15 Pro? It has the latest A17 Pro Chip. That's right, slight name change. It's not named the A17 Bionic like everyone thought it would be. Running benchmarks on this chip almost reach M1 chip levels. It's almost 10 to 20% more powerful in terms of CPU and GPU. So does this mean we can do more than just surf Instagram, text, and browse internet really fast? With this more powerful chip, the iPhone 15 Pro must be capable of something more, right? Yes. Apple showed amazing gameplay demos on the new Apple iPhone 15 Pro and have actually released exclusive games on the iPhone. Resident Evil Village and even Assassin's Creed. You're probably thinking, mobile gaming is always cut down versions of the actual games. But surprisingly, these are literally the same versions as the PlayStation version. This is great for gamers, but for everyday use, you'll notice the new A17 Pro chip allows you to take really fast, lag-free photos constantly. You can even go back and set a regular photo into portrait mode. Okay, so how about the battery life? So the iPhone 15 Pro has a bigger battery than the iPhone 14 Pro did. But of course, with a more powerful A17 Pro chip, there's a bit more energy consumption. Overall, I haven't had any issues with the battery draining any faster than usual, but there have been lots of battery issues in the news. It seems those battery draining issues have died down a bit since Apple fixed some bugs in iOS 17.